Hey, Shalom Makia. This is Yabatazah. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the whole full leg during all afflictions and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Shemel Shai Waharakakadash Barakatah Makia. Alright, I just want to go into a video or a lesson, or not really a lesson, more like a testimony of one of the first times I've ever seen a chariot first coming into the truth. And basically I want to title this video you don't believe in chariots or UFOs, then explain this. And this happened in 2008. I've given this testimony before in other videos in prior years, and this happened in 2008, December 2008, I think on the 24th or the 25th, and I had gone to my grandmother's house, and the family was there. It was nighttime. Went over there with another individual, and me and this individual were fighting. So I didn't want to be there, so I told everybody I was leaving. I already knew that it wasn't going to be good. I was already being attacked in the spirit, because during this time I was studying a lot, the word. Months prior to that date, December 24th, 25th, 2008 is when Yahweh Shemel Shai had answered my prayer of revealing the truth to me. And a lot of changes were going on within my life. And I was learning a lot. And one thing I was learning was about the chariots. So I was like, wow, that's magnificent. That's beautiful that these so-called UFOs are actual vehicles of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. So anyways, that night, I'm gonna back up. Before I said bye to everybody, I went outside and sat down on a swinging chair. And I wasn't the only one out there. It was another man that was there. He was just leaning up against a car. And, I was actually feeling sorrowful, so I was praying. I was looking into the sky, praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And I felt this glow next to, like on the left side of my face, coming up from the left side of the sky. And I looked, and there was a big ball of light. Like I said, brothers that have kept up or remember my testimonies of certain things, and you'll know that ball of light that I saw was a perfect circle. And I looked down to look at this man if he noticed it. He didn't. So I didn't say anything, because I was, in my mind, I was like, what the hell is this, man? Like, what, not in the negative sense, but I was in like awe. Like, my mind wasn't even on the shit that was going on. So that's when I got up from that swinging chair, went inside, I told everybody bye, and I was in a rush because of what I was witnessing. So I walked back outside, started walking towards my car, which was behind the house, going towards the direction of that light. And I just kept looking at it when I was walking to the car, and it never moved. It stayed right there, stationary. And where And where I'm from, I know this fucking place, the city, in and out. You know what I'm saying? So it was no actual it wasn't anything like they had set up a post or anything like that, and it just, no. Like I said, I know this city, and they didn't have any kind of aircraft light doing that kind of illumination or anything like that. Anyways, the point is I walked and I was looking at this light. It's a perfect ball, perfect circle, and it was big, and like I said it in prior videos, and I'm gonna say it again. It was like the full moon, but when it's not at its peak up top, but when it's coming up eye level. You know, you're not, when you look into the sky, your neck ain't touching the back, your head ain't touching the back of your, you know, your back of your head ain't touching the back of your back. You know, all you do is kind of tilt your head up, and you'll see that this light, like I said, it was big, like the full moon, and you couldn't see through it. It wasn't like a light that was just glowing. It was like even though I said that earlier, it was like, I felt a light glowing, but this light was solid, like it was solid light. And I get inside the car, and I'm looking at it. You know, I'm like leaning up against my steering wheel, and it's like literally right in front of me in the front of the windshield of the vehicle, my ride. So, you know, I'm like, I have both hands up towards the steering wheel, and I'm looking at it in my mind. I'm not speaking no words out of my mouth. It's all through my mind. And this is where I said, explain this. If you don't believe in the chariots or UFOs, then explain this. So at this moment, when I'm looking at it, man, you know, all types of things were going through my mind. But like I said, they were all positive. You know, I was hoping. I was like, man, this can't be. This is something like you would be. Only an actor would experience that, or, you know, in a movie. And then the audience just sits back and like, oh man, like, man, I wish I could. That's cool, you know, whatever. I wish I was there. I wish I could go through something like that. Because you don't ever expect to go through some shit like that. You know, we always just get that sensation or that feel just through a movie and shit, you know. And that's how I felt. I was like, man, this is out of this world. This giant ball of light is right in front of me. What is this? And like I said, in my mind, I was speaking. I was like, could this be a chariot? Is this the chariot of what I'm learning from the scriptures, the brothers that I'm watching on the internet? Is this really it? And the light wasn't throbbing. It wasn't like going off and on, nothing. It was a steady, you know, burning light. Okay. It wasn't flickering, nothing like that. So I'm looking at it, and in my mind, like I said, everything that when I'm sitting in that vehicle, nothing was coming out of my mouth. Everything was being done in my mind. So in my mind, I doubted. I said, no, it's not. And while I'm saying this, in my mind, the light begins to dim out. Okay. And then I said, no, come back. And then the light comes back on. So at this moment, I'm tripping. I'm like, how in the world is this going according to my mind? How is that this light is going based off my thoughts? And by my belief, it's still illuminating this light. It was wild, man. But it don't stop there, because I was like, no, this is just it has to be a coincidence. There's no way that just happened. There's no way that it just listened to my thought. So I doubted completely. And at that moment, as fast as I doubted, the light completely turned off, and it was like the sky, the black sky, the dark sky, night sky. And that fast as I doubted and I noticed that it was gone, I begged that light to come back. I begged it in my mind. Like I said, everything was being done to my mind. And as soon as I begged it earnestly, I said, no, come back. The light came back. And it shone even harder because I believed. Even though I did, but Yahweh B'Shem Shai will send us things, man, in the lowest points of our life. You know? And that's why I have the scripture here in Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But Yahweh B'Shem Shai will send you things to lift you up, to strengthen you. It's not because you don't believe, it's because he's there at your lowest point, and he's there to encourage you, to strengthen you. But it's only for you and for brothers that believe to be lifted up with the testimonies that we share with one another, because we know that Yahweh B'Shem Shai is real. He exists. We know that he has these what they call chariots. Why? Because the scriptures verify and speak of these things. The Bible speaks of lights. The scriptures say that he's the father of lights, man. Okay, he's created these angels that are ministers of the flaming. They're like flame, like fire. These angels. Okay. And I would never forget that the first time I've ever seen a chariot, and it was the biggest chariot I've ever seen so far. And like I said, explain that to you non-believers, to you scoffers, you mockers. How was this light corresponding with my thoughts and obeyed my thought process? How? Okay. One thing you'll know, one thing that people will tell you that know me, that really know me, I don't lie, and I ain't full of shit. Okay. I don't just come up with these stories and shit like that. I don't do that. I don't play that game. So how did that happen? Like the scriptures say, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know? And I know this. I know what faith is. You know? A lot of these people out here, they don't have faith, man. You don't believe. Even though it would be told to you, like it says in the scriptures, you will not believe. Even though it be told to you or showed to you, you will not believe. Why? Because you don't have no faith. You know? Like I said, man, that chariot was something else, man. I mean, it's something else as in nothing in this world can outweigh or outshine that experience that I had, besides me coming into the truth and hearing the word of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You know? And that last time when I doubted and the light turned off and I begged it to come back on, and when it shone, and when I say shone or shone, meaning it shined brighter, there you could see a ring. And it was amazing, man. The biggest chariot I've ever seen, man. Like I said, it's like a full moon, but not fully up in the sky at its peak, but just barely right there at the horizon. Like I said, it's like eye level. You barely tilt your head and you would see it. And the bright light wasn't bright where you had to turn your face away, put your hand up to look at it. No, it was like a soft It was soft, but it was strong. You could tell it was had power, man. But it was when I say soft, it wasn't. You weren't turning your head away from it. It was comforting. But that when it did shone hard, you could tell there was a bright. It was bright. It had brightened. But there's nothing. I ain't with no damn. None of my family are in no Air Force, no Army. All right. I don't have no kind of connection with any kind of people that deal with stuff like that. Nobody knows me that would even think about doing a prank on me like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, explain that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in that the chariots of Yahweh Shem Shai, aka UFOs, unidentified flying objects, which we know they're identified according to the Bible, okay, then explain that, man. Alright. Verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See? And that's what Yahweh Shem Shai is looking for when he comes back. When he comes back, he's looking for that, man. Shall I find faith on the earth? And that's what he's looking for, man. This is 2 Thessalonians 3:1. Finally, brethren, pray for us, that the word of Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, may have free course and be glorified even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men. For all men have not faith. You see? So just explain that, man. I could pull out scriptures verifying the chariots are spoken of in the scriptures. But I just wanted to bring out that testimony and show you these few scriptures regarding faith. You have to have faith. And there is times where Yahweh Shem Shai will send these tokens of assurance and showing you that he is there. You know?